association says, yeah, we want to be part of that, and we want to hire someone, a brain behind this that's going to be, that's their job, consultant, whether it's Kevin or somebody else. And then every association has to authorize impact funding for that, because this all costs money. And then you have to have a small group of people that are actually monitoring that person. You don't just hire somebody and let them go. Somebody has to, there's got to be a little executive committee. So whether that's your dad's or your president's or however you want to do that. So all of that takes time to set up, and it takes your dollars for commitment to doing that. Supervisors will appoint a task force that will have 180 days to study all what might be done for tenant protections and make recommendations back to the County Board of Supervisors. So as Gerard talked about, one of our goals, and we have talked about it a lot, is to get our folks on that task force. So once we get them on that task force, what's going to happen? And this is why you're here. That task force is going to talk about a lot of different things, right? It's going to talk about the county should support the demise of Costa Hawkins. It's going to talk about just cause eviction. It's going to talk about rent control. It's going to talk about long-term leases. I don't know what else it's going to talk about. And our folks that are members of that task force need to be confident that whatever they agree to in the spirit of compromise will have support from our industry going forward.
Thank you. I'm going to have Sean speak to something in a moment, but I wanted to follow up with what Laura mentioned. Many of you are CAR directors, and I know last year we had an issue statewide that the message from our Affordable Housing Task Force was that we can't just keep saying no. We have to change our policy and our approach. And I know at the Board of Directors meeting, it was very contentious. It's very uncomfortable to change something that is so foundational for your organization and for what we're doing to protect private property ownership rights. However, things have changed. The way government works have changed, a lot of the players have changed, our economy has changed, our needs in all of our communities, like Laura said, it's not just ones that you would assume would have an issue or historically had an issue of something. This is across the board. So we then want a seat at the table. We want to be a part of a discussion about viable solutions, and that's what we're here today to try to help work together to collaborate on identifying truly what the issues are related to our involvement and what we should be paying attention to, but also that we can communicate and educate not only all of our members and therefore then constituents as to the true definition of what is rent control, what does that actually mean, what is the face of these landlords and property owners. They're not all slumlords. Some of them are the little old lady that's on a limited income, just trying to keep a property. So that is our goal. We know that it does take time to go back into the regular protocols of how we do business in our associations. We will come up with summaries and email information out from today's meeting for those who weren't able to be here to try to help facilitate that. This is the starting point.
In San Jose, it might happen here because it's starting to look like that. Instead of a study, they did an audit. And when our local association in that area thought they had the votes, thought that they had council members on their side, it's a different environment now. They have the angry mob beating on their doors. They wake up in the morning, they look at themselves as how do I get reelected? And they can't ignore these angry mobs anymore. So when we're talking about change, the landscape has changed since the last 25 years. And we need to keep an open mind on how we're going to beat this back, how we're going to be proactive. It's going to be a chance to bring everyone together on an issue that I think we can all agree on that we don't want here. And now is the time to come together and act as a unified front.
NAA, the National Apartment Association, just released a study on Monday for the Los Angeles metro area. They need to create 164,000 units by 2030 just so this problem doesn't get worse. It's a regional issue of tremendous undersupply. And so as the apartment association, which we represent operators, we were down at the link tree. We were getting much more involved in talking about the root solutions to this crisis, which is simply if you have 5 people looking for one unit and you can only take one person, you're telling 4 of those people, millennials, to go sit back in the basement, or you're telling somebody else not to move here. I mean, that's economic displacement right there. People trying to move here and there simply is not a unit available for them.
Go ahead.
Okay, just one quick follow-up. So I literally just got this message, a letter that, if you picked it up and signed it, that was supposed to be addressed to the LADC. They haven't even taken a look at these questions. I just got a response back saying, oh, Board of Supervisors haven't talked to us about this. So this is all the more reason why your participation in this is going to be critical, and why everything national starts locally.
One of my concerns, and I'm not sure, but because this is tenant protection, I don't think they're just talking about 5 units or more. I think they're talking about duplex, triplex, quadruplex, and now that they're gonna have ADUs that can be built, they're probably gonna try to get them covered as well. So now you're gonna have the small mom and pop entities that might be able to become more of a voice when they realize, are they gonna be as compassionate when it's hitting their pocketbook? And I don't know if that's a voting block that we can try to tap into or not. But I'm just concerned that the suits want to do everything different than everybody else to make a mark on society. And they're gonna go hog wild to make this thing so tough that everybody's gonna be up in arms about it, except the tenants.
And we, at the GAD meeting, we broke down the supervisors and assigned GADs. So Mark Ridley Thomas is Jim Clark, Phyllis Elise is Bill Rube, Janice Hahn is Tim and David and Jim Clark, Catherine Barker's up in this area, we got Elizabeth and Diane and myself and Lee Weaver, and Sheila Kuehl is Elizabeth, and James Litz from Beverly Hills Greater LA. So those GADs are already thinking about who is the proper person to suggest to those supervisors to be included in this. So Gerard, we're on it.
And I would like to ask whether there is a qualified person that would actually put all the GADs together, all the associations together, LACBOR together. There would be that very person, a person that would be a full-time mind over the matter. Could CAR assign such a person? Kevin, could you be qualified to take up something like that?
So everybody can hate me?
It's just that LACBOR itself, I don't know whether LACBOR has capacity to assign a full-time mind over the matter and lead us into that.
Well, and that is an ideal scenario. There is something, part of what we're trying to do is to find out if we have a consensus from the larger group to be that voice to represent everyone's interest. Right now, we don't even have that. So that's a little bit, that's an ideal. CAR is in support of what we are trying to accomplish, but they don't do local issues, they do state issues. That's not their role, and so they don't really want to try to take over that role. They're giving us resources, they're working with us, they're helping us, but I don't know that we should look to them for that. That being said, anyone that has suggestions, it's always sort of that catch-22. If you're already a GAD and you are working a job for a certain organization, maybe there's conflicts of interest here or there. It's difficult to find that ideal one right person. But if someone does have a suggestion of that, I think that makes sense. And that all of what we've been doing here with this revitalization of LACBOR it's sort of a grassroots. It's happening naturally. We didn't foresee a rent control thing coming forward, but it is a natural thing that we do want to see. Those of us that are already doing this believe that we have more power if we work together, if we collaborate. Not only within the real estate community in LA County, but with other like-minded organizations that are willing to put resources together to find true solutions.